The lament arrived in silence. One dawn, the air over a forgotten meadow began to splinter, not with light, but with 1,000 prismatic fractures. From these shards they descended a race of beings woven from fractured glass, each one a cathedral of flaws, catching the sun and scattering it into painful rainbows. They moved without sound, their forms shifting, edges glinting with a cold, beautiful menace. They were the end result of a perfect idea. On their world, they had pursued flawless reason, viewing emotion as a chaotic, inefficient flaw. One by one, they had erased them, first anger, then grief, then joy, then love, until only pure, crystalline logic remained. Their cities became geometric marvels, their conversations impeccable equations, and in that sterile silence their world had imploded. Without the glue of shared feeling, without the friction of passion or the compass of empathy, their society collapsed into a static, frozen art installation, a monument to cold beauty. They were the survivors, wandering exiles shimmering with a regret so profound it had physically shaped them, turning their very bodies into maps of their catastrophe. Ayla found them there, or perhaps they found her. She had come to the meadow to be numb, to match the internal void left after her partner's departure. His leaving hadn't been explosive. It had been a quiet fading, a mutual retreat into emotional safety that left her world bleached of color. She felt nothing, and she told herself it was better that way. The tallest of the lament approached, its form reflecting Ayla's own hollowed face back at her 1,000 times. Its voice was not a sound, but a vibration felt in the teeth and bones. "We perceive the perfected numbness of your spirit," it intoned. "It is a desert we know well. We offer an antidote." What they offered was not a pill or a potion, but a frequency, a single, complex tone woven from the raw material of their own collective memory. It was stored in a simple, smooth stone that felt warm against Ayla's palm. To heal a numb world, the being said, its glass facets trembling, one must first remind it of pain. To feel anything, you must be willing to feel this. Trembling, Ayla triggered the frequency. What poured forth was not a melody. It was history. It was the first crack of a heart-shaped continent breaking. It was the silent scream of a mother glass form watching her child choose emotional deletion. It was the hollow echo of a celebration where no one laughed. Each note was a scar, meticulously preserved, now reopening not to bleed, but to breathe. Ayla did not simply hear it. She was immersed in it. The calculated loneliness of their existence washed over her. She felt the terrifying vacuum where love should have been, the chilling stillness where ambition once burned. And in their profound, crystalline sorrow, she saw her own reflection. Her safe numbness was not peace. It was a slow, self-imposed death. Her fear of the pain of loss had led her to annihilate all feeling, building a glass cage as perfect and barren as theirs had been. A sound tore from her, a raw, ragged gasp that became a sob. She wept for the glass people and their dead world. She wept for her partner, for the warmth of his hand, for the stupid jokes that once made her ache with laughter, for the bitter fight they never had, the one that might have cleared the air. She wept for her own self-abandonment. The tears were hot and salty on her face, a shocking contrast to the dry, perfect agony of the lament. And in that storm of feeling, as the frequency's last vibration hummed into silence, a miraculous thing happened. For the first time since he left, she felt it a fragile, fluttering pulse beneath the pain. She felt alive. The lament observed her, their facets now glinting with the reflected moisture of her tears. They did not smile, they had forgotten how, but the light within them seemed to soften. They had given their warning, and in doing so, had offered their only medicine. As they began to shimmer back into the atmosphere, leaving only the ordinary meadow grass behind, Ayla understood. Their gift was the brutal, beautiful truth she had been hiding from. Healing does not begin in the safe, quiet places where we hide our scars. It does not start with perfection or the ruthless pursuit of an untroubled mind. Healing begins in the courageous, trembling moment we stop fearing the sound of our own breaking. It is in the crack that the light gets in. It is in the sob that the breath returns. It is in the brave, messy confrontation with our pain that we rediscover the full, resonant spectrum of being human. To feel is to be whole, and wholeness, by its very nature, contains both the flaw and the light. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe for more inspiring stories.